Going on, football fans tribe? Different setting, different scene, same studio, same channel, and same talks. So, in case you don't know, or in case you're new here, this is Football Fans Tribe. We interview Nigeria football fans after matches, and we're giving Nigeria football fan content back to back. So please, I beg, if you're new here, just click the subscribe button, like the videos. So much Nigeria football content like this one coming up back to back to back to back. All right, so today's show it's all about the Afcon, it's all about the Super Eagles, and it's all about everything concerning African football and the way they affect Nigerian players, and of course the Afcon, the big competition that's starting in about 5 days from now on Sunday. I'll be 4 days. 5 days. I can't I can't even do the calculation now. So we are going to be discussing Super Eagles matters. Emmanuel Dennis, Victor Osimhen, the new coach Jose Peseiro, and other stuff as we move on the show. So you can drop your comments or just interact with us via the comment section. I'll be taking your comments as we discuss. But like I said, it's we. So I'm not alone in the studio. I have some celebrity guests in the house. And where would I start from? Ini, mini, mani, mo. Okay, let's start from a legend in the game. He's a world-renowned pigeon commentator and a world-renowned on-air personality on Wazobia FM, and of course for Football Republic. I introduce to you the man that, say when you watch anything Afcon or World Cup, as long as Super Eagles Day, you go always hear that. This is the man behind the voice. Sawadinho in the building. My blow horn for you. Welcome, brother.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here, man. Welcome.
Yes, so nice to have you. How about you now?
Yeah. It is clothes now. But it is clothes.
Orange cloth. Yeah, welcome to the show. And then next up, we have Aaron Cikaya. Aaron Cikaya is a YouTuber, he's a football content creator, he's a Manchester United fan, he's an African, he loves his football, and he's a man of football. All right, so by the way, Aaron's YouTube channel is linked in the description, so if you want to interact with him, he's a huge Manchester United fan. When I say huge, I mean big. He's a big man. He's a celebrity. He's the biggest celebrity guest in this show. Everybody's a big celebrity guest. So let's welcome Aaron Sakaya in the house. Yeah. Wagwan, brother.
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to be on the show, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks so much for coming. And then we are supposed to be on this show, but OJB is running late, but he'll be with us in the studio any minute now, I believe. But we'll start without him, right, gentlemen?
Yeah, we can go. He will join us later, maybe.
He'll join us later. All right, so let me just take the first comment from YouTube here. ICM says, hello, friends. Hello to you, ICM. So we are diving straight into the matter now, and where do we start from? We have two players to start from. So Victor Osimhen or Emmanuel Dennis, which problem do we start from?
I think the most obvious, Emmanuel Dennis.
So what are your thoughts on that? Because the club, people seem to be blaming the club. Like 90% of the people are blaming the club. But what I keep telling everybody that gets to listen is that I think from our end, the NFF gave them an excuse. With the late submission of the call-up letter and all, but how do you feel about everything that happened, Aaron?
Yeah, in the beginning, I was one of those people that blamed Watford because when I just saw Watford, Emmanuel Dennis not going to Afcon, I thought maybe they're trying to keep him because they're in the relegation battle, they're trying to stay in the Premier League, so they need him because he's probably one of the informed strikers in Europe right now, scoring goals for fun. So I thought maybe they're trying to do everything to keep him. But, obviously doing research, and I've got a few of my guys who, have a podcast in Belgium, and they actually called his agent who confirmed that, like you said, the submission from the NFF was late because Watford set a deadline, and that deadline was not met by the NFF. So that's what, created the whole problem now. And you can't really blame Watford for doing this because they set a deadline and it had to be respected.
Sawa, I see the matter.
Well, I just think there's more to this whole saga than what we know. I believe there's more to it.
Yeah.
I understand there's a procedure for inviting players to national team call-ups and all of that for international engagements. I understand, but then again, I think it's a huge disrespect for the African Cup of Nations. It's a huge disrespect to the national team. If a player wants to be part of his national setup and then a club is saying, oh, you know what, I won't let you go. But that is not to free the NFF from blame. Because if you're supposed to send a letter, say on the 1st of January, and you don't get to send that letter till, say, the 3rd of January, then you're giving me a leeway. I mean, I was explaining to a few persons some days back that under the law, if you have a time frame to lodge a complaint for an offense against you, and you fail to lodge that complaint within that time frame, you become statute barred from lodging that complaint. You understand? So you have waived your right to lodge that complaint. So FIFA laws say a club cannot stop a player from honoring national engagements. You understand? But there are also procedures for you to invite these players. So if you don't follow the procedures, then the club can say, you know what, you have faltered in this area, and we're going to use that against you. But then again, I think it's a huge disrespect to the national team. It's an unfair treatment to the player if the player indeed wanted to honor the national invitation. And that's a question. Did Emmanuel Dennis want to honor the national team? Because Watford has just released Ismail Assar. He's injured. He's just been released. Ismail Assar has just been released. So why is Emmanuel Dennis' case different? And then you ask, Emmanuel Dennis plays in the same team as William Troost-Ekong. So how will the NFF send the letter for William Troost-Ekong and not send that of Emmanuel Dennis? I mean, some people said, oh, there was an initial 37-man provisional list, and then there was another 40-man provisional list. I really don't know what to believe. That's why I said I think there is more to this than we read in the papers.
There's more to this, but Aaron, do you feel there's an excuse? The Watford, they have an excuse submitting the letter late, but do you feel Dennis, from the way, let me just say, from the way you're feeling the guy, do you feel he's somebody that would want to come, and he's somebody that's gutted by the decision of Watford not letting him come?
I think, yeah, of course. I think he would be gutted to not be able to leave and join the national team, because I think every African player whose country qualifies for the Afcon would love to play, whether they're in the starting 11 or not. I think just being there is an honor in itself. So I think, of course, he would be gutted. I'm sure he would love to be there, despite the situation at Watford and in the league, and they have to stay up. And I think he'd love to go. So if I put myself in his shoes, I'd be gutted as well.
Sawa, what do you think?
It depends. It depends. Okay, now I'm speaking as a human. I'm not speaking as someone that knows one or two issues about Emmanuel Dennis. I know nothing about him. Now, Emmanuel Dennis has not been part of the Super Eagles setup for over a year.
A while.
For reasons best known to Coach Kenneth Raw. Do you understand?
Ex-coach.
Ex-coach Kenneth Raw. Yeah, for reasons best known to ex-coach Kenneth Raw. Emmanuel Dennis has not been part of the Super Eagles setup. So I'm trying to create possible scenarios. I'm not saying that this is what it is. Now, I'm thinking, what if Emmanuel Dennis is just reluctant that, okay, you know what? I mean, you didn't need me all this while. Why do you need me now? I'll pick Watford over you. What if? I'm asking. What if is like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to risk my Watford career because I want to honor you, because when it looked like I needed you, you didn't have my time. You understand? Because I think, I still believe that if a player really wants to go, he would damn the consequences and go. Case in study, John Obi Mikel on the Olympics in 2016. Antonio Conte didn't want him to go. He damned the consequences. He went. Yes, we understand that he came back and he couldn't fit into the team. But that was a John Obi Mikel that was gradually stepping past his prime. we're talking about an Emmanuel Dennis that is arguably the most informed striker for Watford, providing the goals for Joshua King, scoring a couple of goals himself. I mean, can Watford actually afford to play Emmanuel Dennis out of the team right now? No, they can't. So if Emmanuel Dennis insists to go to there are only about 2 Premier League games for the duration of the Afcon, 2 or 3 Premier League games, and then we have a couple of cup games. So he's only going to miss 2 or 3 Premier League games maximum, and then the FA Cup games. So I mean, can Watford, because of 2 or 3 Premier League games, afford to say, you know what, you're not going to be part of the setup anymore? No, I doubt. I don't think so. I don't think so, because they need Emmanuel Dennis. So the body language of Emmanuel Dennis, this is me thinking, is it one that I really want to come and honor the Super Eagles color? Because if you say, I want to go, if you keep me here, I would not play any Premier League game for the duration of the African Cup of Nations. The club will look at it and say, okay, you know what, just go. Do you get it? I mean, the whole, now, see, Lord Denning said something that we should not sacrifice justice on the altar of technicalities. Now what that means is, what that means is, you cannot, just because someone failed to send a letter on time, as you claim, and then you say, you know what, I'm not going to send this player, I'm not going to release this player. You know why I'm angry? I'm angry because every other match day, people take the knee, kicking against discrimination. Yet you're discriminating against the tournament that is the pride of the African continent, by refusing to release the best of the African players to honor that tournament. If this was a player of the Three Lions of England, we will be having this discussion.
At all.
We won't be having this discussion. If this was a player for the Scottish national team, we won't be having this discussion. And then you make me take the knee and say there's no room for racism, no room for discrimination in football, and you're discriminating against the African Cup of Nations. Ian Wright has talked about it. Patrick Vieira has spoken up against it. If Patrick Vieira was the coach of Watford, do you think we'll be having this conversation?
Lie.
We won't be having it. So this is clear-cut discrimination against the African Cup of Nations and the African continent. That's my take on it.
And then Aaron, he was substituted halftime in Watford's last game. The first game after the whole I'm not going, I'm going, they are not sending me, they are sending me. He was substituted halftime. They lost, right, to Tottenham. I think it was 1-0.
1-0. Sanchez.
So, do you feel, which way do they go with him now? Because if he wants to come and he's unhappy right now, if he's unhappy and he says, I want to go, you're not letting me go, and then his performance drops on the pitch, and then you're now forced to, because that's the first time they are bent. Like, I don't think they've even subbed him off in games that he has started. So I think that's the first time they are pulling him out at halftime. Do you feel his performance maybe was affected by the fact that, guy, I won't go, you don't want to allow me go? Why? What do you think?
I think it was definitely in the back of his head. It definitely played a part. Whether it will affect his performances in the future, I don't think so. I think he'll be able to get on the pitch and then just play his game. So I think it will affect it will be on his mind for, a certain part of time. But once he steps on that pitch, I think, he'll be fine. But, just to touch on what Sawa just said, he made a great point in terms of, taking the knee, and you're saying that there's no room for discrimination. And he said something very interesting as well. If this was one of the Three Lions, a player that plays for England, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And it's true because before the Euros, Marcus Rashford, it was known that he was injured. It was known that he needed a surgery for him to recover and come back. Yet Manchester United still allowed him to go and join the English squad injured. He barely played. Yet an injured player like Ismail Assar, you don't want to let him go because he's coming back from injury, etc. Okay, that's fine. But why not let him go and join his national team as well?
Very simple.
This is where I don't see the consistency with it. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing with people complaining that why is the Afcon happening in January and why is it? Okay, that's fine, but we just had a tournament in 10 countries.
Yes.
In the middle of the pandemic, and nobody said nothing. The fans traveled, the players traveled, the staff traveled, everybody traveled. No one said anything. But then the Afcon is happening in one country, and everybody's losing their minds because it's in the middle of the season. But then, how about the World Cup? That's going to put half of the competitions in Europe are going to stop. Bear in mind,
because of the World Cup.
The stop any competition.
Of course.
Exactly, man.
So I don't like the inconsistency sometimes with the comments that I hear about. Yes, but the Afcon this and Emmanuel Dennis this and what for. I don't like the inconsistency.
Interesting. All right, let's take some comments. Comments have been flying in. Thank you very much for the comments, guys. There's one interesting one I saw. Okay, from Greg Chikeme. The problem is from NFF, not Watford. This issue with Africans not keeping to time. African man time. Okay. Comment from Igoli Gold. But Watford is still losing games with Dennis. Interesting. Okay. Comment from Chukwuka Kesi. Felix Peters. Dennis has temper issues. How sure are you? Do you know for a fact? Calm down. No. Don't say what you don't know. Okay, I got to go again. I have heard of scenarios where exceptions are made. So AFCON is not a new tournament. Watford knows what they are doing. Anyway, they will be relegated. And then Nigerians were going to flood. If you check the comments on Watford, their social media pages, you will see Nigerians there dropping comments and stuff. It's crazy. Okay, Ayodele Adejumo. Amaju Pinnick said Dennis wanted to come, but the club is doing their all to stop to him. I think that was Coach Eguavon. Abi Sawa.
Eguavon made that
statement. Eguavon that said that. Yeah. Let me check some previous comments. It is well, but don't scatter this place. Okay. Owulesi Precious says that is the fact. They don't set deadline for European players. I think that's agreeing with you, Sawadinho. All right, so okay, another comment from KM Churuk. They have belittled the tournament. That is the fact. All right. The final question I'll ask you guys before we move on from this Dennis matter is that is just like an addition, or should I say a follow-up from this last comment? Because I feel if this competition was in July, August, we won't be having most of these conversations. You understand? Because that's when the major football calendars have given room for international football. You understand? So if the AFCON is happening in July, if it's happening in June, if they happen for August, we're not going to talk all this thing about releasing players about them because they are basically on holiday. So, Sawadinho, we're supposed to return back to that normal setting. Abi, Sawa is gone. Aaron, should we return back to the normal timing?
Personally, for me, I just think if you're gonna put the AFCON back in the summer, that's fine. But then obviously you will have to bear in mind to put it on what's it called? To put it on the odd years. So if it's now 2022, but then the next one would have to be next summer straight away, because you can't put it on the even years, because that's when the World Cup happens. So if you're going to put it back in the summer, I'm going to be fine with it. Either way, in the summer or in January, I enjoy it personally. So I personally don't like
it. What do you think, Sawa? Back to normal July, August.
For the AFCON?
Yes.
The thing is, we didn't create our weather.
Interesting. I swear.
The African climate is peculiar to Africa. You have winter in Europe, and whenever you have winter, you have summer when you have summer. We have our peak rainy seasons and we have our peak dry seasons. You get the reason why we're playing the World Cup in November, December is because of the weather conditions. That's the reason why we're playing the World Cup in November, December. It's because of the weather conditions. So if the weather conditions in Africa is not such that would allow us to host the African Cup of Nations in June, July, then there is little or nothing we can do about it. But then also, because of technological advancements, we want to argue that, okay, maybe African countries should begin to develop stadiums where these things would not be a problem, with good drainage system, with roof cover tops and all of that. So you can always have the games go on whether it's raining or it's hot and all of that. Do you get? So on that ground, I would blame the African countries for not developing their African their stadiums to world-class facilities. So we can afford to have this tournament in June, July. But let's not be carried away. The reason why we had the tournament in 2019 in June, July was because Egypt's weather permits. I mean, Africa is such a blessed continent. We have different weather conditions. In South Africa, June, July is winter. You get, and then in Egypt as well, it's a favorable weather condition. That's why you can have the tournament in June, July as well. But you can't try that in Nigeria. You can't try that in Cameroon. You can't. It's the peak rainy season. We'll have games postponed continuously, and then we don't have good stadiums. We don't have good drainage system. We are so. That's why sometimes I don't blame these countries. I don't blame the English Premier League. I don't blame the clubs for doing this. They have the power to do it, but they don't have the right. But then it is because you are dependent on them. That is why we're having this conversation. Now, if the Nigerian Professional Football League is as good as the EPL, do you think we'll have our players travel to Europe to play?
Lie.
Europe had to wait. Europe had to wait for Neymar to decide to leave Brazil, because he was playing in a very good league in Brazil. The Brazilian league, I mean, they can always go back and play in their leagues. If the Cameroonian league is as good as the EPL, the Nigerian MPFL is as good as the EPL, the Egyptian leagues, the South African leagues, all of them, African players would not be traveling abroad. And we won't be having the conversation of disrespecting our tournament. They're disrespecting you because they know you're dependent on them. They have the power to oppress you, and you can't do anything about it because you have refused to make your own continent the envy of the rest of the world. So when we want to cry foul, they're treating us with so much disdain, discrimination, racism, and all of that, it is because you're dependent on them. You have failed to identify yourself. You have failed to maximize your resources to the fullest of its potential. And then you're dependent on them. Now, if in local palace, now see finish. If they bring see finish, they don't see you finish. You don't get anything. You have nothing without. Yes, they don't see you finish. You have nothing without them. You keep running. See, Barcelona wanted Neymar. Neymar insisted that until he was done with Santos, he was going nowhere. Imagine Barcelona wanting an Eyimba player. The guy would leave. The guy would finish the first half of the game, and by the second half, he's in a flight to Barcelona. If he gets the news during the first half of the game, by the second half, he's on the next flight to Barcelona.
He don't go. Baba don't go.
That's how poor we are. And then we sit here and we cry, they don't respect us. Why would they respect you? Who are you? What do you have? Who are you? Why should I?
Sawa on point. Sawa did on point to network allow us to. Okay, Split Versus says, thank you, Sawadino. I think he's echoing my thoughts there. Thank you. I don't know, the network is having issues. But then OJB is in the house. OJB, we can't see you. Are you there? OJB is here. OJB, are you here? Okay, I think he's still setting up. It is well. But finally, as we wrap up on this whole matter now, Aaron.
Yeah.
We need to do better, obviously. We need to improve ourselves so that we won't be depending on some kind of things, and we need to reflect on ourselves, because at the end of the day, like he said, we are basically the source of our problem. You understand? We are basically the source of our problem. So it's what it is. Let's just let's close that chapter on that matter, and let's take some comments now. Okay. Ola O says, except it's a Mediterranean country that will host it. Tropical countries in June won't be favorable. I agree. So the selection has to be very, very selective.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Vincent Peter. Okay, brother, really, why do we have to bend their ways to why do we have to bend to their say? Is it because we are Africans? No, this has to stand out. We should always stand on what we want to do. We don't have to depend on them. It is what it is. And then Chukwukakisi says, Sawa spitting facts. 100% facts. Facts on fire. Okay, Giovanni Leon says all African leaders should be used for sacrifices. No, 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 no. Seth, I said, yo, is that Aaron from Football Terrace?
Yes, that's me.
Are you sure? Yes, of course. This is Aaron from Football Terrace, so celebrity guest. Okay. And then Cyril Desas is replacing Odion Igalo. That's what this person said. Odion Igalo has the same issue. Let's not forget. Excluding Dennis and Osimhen. Now the Al Shabaab, they are saying they won't release Igalo because of the same late call-up letter something. He's their top scorer this season. He's the top scorer in the Saudi Arabian League. So what do we do? I think Watford has opened the Pandora's box, Abi. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
They've started something, and then many clubs will just say, "Oh, if they can do it, why can't we?"
So you're gonna play the Afcon. Nigeria's gonna play the Afcon without Dennis, Osimhen, and Igalo. Wow.
Abi, we're not gonna go this Cameroon again. We just cancel the trip instead of going for disappointment. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I can't lie.
It's crazy.
That's gonna be
all right. Very, very. OJB, are you here now? OJB is not here. Okay, so we'll move on from Osimhen and Dennis and the rest. But okay, we'll move on from Dennis rather. Victor Osimhen, Super Eagles. I think he's the top scorer of the Super Eagles since he started playing. Another big miss for the team. And if I'm sure you watch Nigerian games, you see that this guy is 180% effort every single minute of the game. He doesn't stop, and we'll miss him. But okay, let me flash something now. I'll flash on the original list that we released. Let me just bring it on screen now. Okay, and then this is the original list, and then look at that attack line. Just look at what we could have possibly went to Cameroon with Victor Osimhen, Ahmed Musa, Kelechi Iheanacho, Moses Simon, Chukwueze, Emmanuel Dennis, Chidera Ejuke, Taiwo Awoniyi, Igalo, and then Sadiq Umar.
Wow.
All of a sudden, look at where we are now. And then excluding Odion Igalo now, Cyril Desas is coming in. So it's Ahmed Musa, Kelechi Iheanacho, Peter Olayinka, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, Chidera Ejuke, Taiwo Awoniyi, Sadiq Umar, Henry Onyekuru. So of this attack line, Aaron, is there anybody you can pick as somebody that will or may stand out?
Will stand out,
a lot, man.
Will stand out is hard to find, but could stand out for me. Kelechi Iheanacho, man. For me, I think he's. There was a time where he was really on form with Leicester, and then he kind of dipped a little bit. But I think he can be one of the main men for you guys up front. I think his hold up play is very good on the ball. He's very good, knows how to pass the ball, can score goals as well. But then if you're going to play someone like Iheanacho, then you're going to have to play similar people around him. Someone like Moses Simon. You're going to have to play maybe Chukwueze as well. Like, I like him as well at Villarreal. He's very unfortunate with the injury, so it took him some time to come back. But I'm a big fan of him. So it's going to be hard to pick out who's really going to stand out. But I think Iheanacho, for me, he can be the main man for you guys.
And then Ahmed Musa, the captain of the team. Obviously, with the way the team is now, I think he will be in line to start. So, is he somebody that you feel should take the burden on himself and say, okay, I'm the captain. They call me the governor. We've lost our best players, basically. I don't care what anybody says. Nothing concerns me. We don't lose our best players. We've lost our best players, and we are playing with players now that are going to prove a point. If they will prove a point, it's something we don't know at this point, but as time goes on, we will know the truth. We will know the story at the end of the day. So, Ahmed Musa, how much more do you think he needs to step up and really, claim the name, the governor?
I was expecting Truls Ekong to take the captaincy. I'm surprised that Ahmed Musa is taking it now.
He's still the captain. But the fact that he doesn't start most of the games, that's why Ekong starts. every day because he's Genothlaw's love child.
If you're going to give it to someone who starts every game, then why not give it to Ekong?
Ekong, if Musa doesn't start, definitely Ekong. Yeah.
But I think, if you're going to give it to Musa, then that means he's going to start every game. The manager's obviously made his choice now, and Musa's going to have to step up. And I always thought Musa has been... when you first burst onto the scene, I remember when I first got introduced to him, or where we all got introduced to him, the kid was amazing. I was like, who is this? I think the first time I seen him play was with the Nigeria under-20. That's when I was like, okay, this is amazing. But then, when he went to Leicester, I thought, okay, this could be his breakthrough. And then it just went quiet. I don't know where he is. I haven't really seen anything of him lately. I don't know. Is he in Russia, right? Is it Russia?
He's in Turkey. He's in Turkey.
Turkey, okay. So, I think with him taking the captain's armband now, it's a great opportunity for him to step up. But, it's like someone in the comments just said there now, Musa can't play 90 minutes. That's my only fear with him. He can be brilliant.
Musa is 29 now. Musa is 29 years.
Like he can be brilliant for a few minutes, but I don't know if you can do it for 90 minutes. Someone asked, is Aaron Nigerian? No, I'm Congolese. We didn't make it, so I can't speak.
Okay, so in your absence, we are talking that I brought up the list. I brought up the first list that came up, the first original list. See that attack. You see what thing that happened there. You see the fire there. And then I brought up where we are now. And from what I'm hearing from the comments I'm seeing, I don't know in the comments section, I've not checked, I've not confirmed, but it's looking like Ciro Dessers will replace Odion Igalo because Al-Shabaab don't join Watford for the line. So this is where we are now, basically, in terms of our squad. So see the attack now, And I asked Aaron, who here? Who can we look up to? Which person where our hand they here? Say, okay, this is the name we will call for the people that are at the stadium. This is the person that will scream for and say, our hope they your hand, guy, please deliver for us.
The truth is, we would miss Victor Osimhen.
Why? Of course.
I'm not so pained with Emmanuel Dennis' exclusion. He's not been part of the Super Eagles setup. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, we've done all right without him.
We've done all right without him. Okay. But then, I mean, he's a player in form.
Yeah.
But being in form at the club side does not always translate to being in form with the national team.
True.
You understand? So I can understand that. So in the absence of Emmanuel Dennis, and Peter Olayinka is a decent player. I've seen him play.
At best, decent.
No, he's a fantastic player. He's a good player. Peter Olayinka
not fantastic.
No, he is. No, he is. Peter Olayinka reminds me of Kayode Olanrewaju. Now, Kayode Olanrewaju is a player that may not really give you as many goals as a top marksman would, but he has brilliant runs. He has brilliant movement. And then he could deceive defenders. So Peter Olayinka brings that in as well. Let's not forget we have Taiwo Awoniyi, who's also doing very well in the Bundesliga.
Okay.
We have Taiwo Awoniyi.
Top scoring African in the Bundesliga.
Exactly. He's also doing well in the Bundesliga. Do you understand? And then he can partner with Olayinka. He can partner with Kelechi Iheanacho. I was not a fan of getting Odion Igalo back. So in his absence, Cyril Dessers can come in. And then this is actually a tournament. It is not a league. They're two different things.
True.
You play one game, you hit top form, you take it to the next game. Case in study, Sunday in Bar, African Cup of Nations, 2013. It was just one game. The game against Cote d'Ivoire. It was just that game. And then, because of that game, they took him to the final, and he won us the African Cup of Nations. You take us back to 1994. Emmanuel Amunike did not play a single game. Amunike did not play a single game till the final. And what happened? He scored 2 goals in the final. Let's go back to the World Cup. in Russia 2018, Ahmed Musa was not a starter.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, he didn't start the first game against Croatia.
Mm-hmm.
He came in on the second game against Iceland and scored 2 goals.
Scored 2.
And then he became the best player in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing happened in 2014 against Argentina. Ahmed Musa scored 2. So it's a tournament. Just a game can make a difference. And once you perform well in a game, you would take that confidence to the next game. You get? So let's say, for instance, we play the first game against Egypt and Peter Lainka scores a brace. He would go into the next game against
of Nigeria.
Exactly. You go into the next game high on morale. You have maximum 6 games to play, 7 games to play, because it's now a 2014 tournament. You have maximum 7 games to play. And it's a tournament. All you need is just one mistake in one game from your opponent, and then you're through. You get? So we may not have the best of the players. I mean, there was a season when France had the leading goal scorers in all of the major leagues and they crashed out of the World Cup. They had Jibril Cisse, they had Trezeguet, they had what's his name, Thierry Henry, and they crashed out of the first round of the World Cup. So what are we saying? It's a tournament. It just takes one game, one brilliant performance, and then you're in the next round of the competition. That's it. Yes, we can cry, Emmanuel, what's his name? Emmanuel Dennis, Victor Osimhen is not available, and all of these guys are not available. See, the only person I can beat my chest right now and say, I'll miss this guy, is Victor Osimhen. That's the only person. In the absence of Leon Balogun, we have Semi Ajayi, who's also a fantastic defender. At the last Nations Cup, let's not forget, Leon Balogun was not a starter. It was Truth Ekong and Kenneth Omero that were starters. So in the absence of Leon Balogun, I mean, the Yibo wall has had cracks in recent times.
We have Semi Ajayi. That will need painting and finishing again.
Now, in the absence of Shehu Abdullahi, we had a player that I would have included in the final 23-man team ahead of Shehu Abdullahi, Tyrone Eboué. We crashed out of the World Cup because Gernot Rohr could not make a substitution of taking out Victor Moses and bringing on Tyrone Eboué. Tyrone Eboué is arguably our best right back at the moment. The only person that can give him a fight. Yeah, he's in the team now. So that's what I'm saying. The addition of Tyrone Eboué is a plus to the team.
It's a plus. It's a plus.
The addition of Semi Ajayi is a plus to the team. It's a plus to the team. So if Cyril Desas comes in for Odion Igalo, it's also a plus to the team. Cyril Desas right now is a better player in form than Odion Igalo. But then Odion Igalo is a more experienced player. You understand? Now, it's just the Osimhen for Lainka that a lot of Nigerians will frown out. And then for Dennis is a player in form. Dennis,
by the way, Peter Olainka, let me just flash this. Peter Olainka in the Champions League for Red Star Belgrade versus Barcelona.
Yeah, of course.
He turned Gerard Piqué into a secondary school student.
That's why I said he's a fantastic player.
If you want to just ask for the shirt after the match, don't need to drag the shirt like this.
So he's a fantastic player. That's what I'm saying. I've seen him play in the Champions League and a couple of games here and there before he came back for his wedding, I think sometime last year. He's a fantastic player. He's a good player. So Peter Olainka, Henry Onyekuru is a player that I don't understand why he has refused to cut it with the national team. Maybe he has to.
It has just not happened, and he has had chances, chances upon chances.
Exactly. Maybe he has to look at himself in the mirror and say, "What is wrong with me?" Because he's a player with so much promise, but has failed to just cut it. Henry Onyekuru. So you've got Henry Onyekuru. You have Taiwo Awoniyi, a player that also at youth level was a fantastic player. You've got Cyril Dessers. You've got all of these players. We don't have a reason, man. We don't have a reason. In the absence of, what's his name, Victor Osimhen, we don't have a reason not to make it to the later stage of the competition. We don't.
All right. First of all, let's welcome OJB. OJB, late comer. You're welcome. All right, guys. Welcome, OJB. OJB is an international UEFA certified journalist. Nigerian, but based in Paris, and in case you didn't know, where you were seeing all the news about Jurgen Klopp talking about the Afcon and somebody making him to apologize, this was the man right here. He was the one that put his hand on Jurgen Klopp's neck and said, "Guy, you insulted the Afcon. Apologize. You said it's a little tournament." So, Ojora Babatunde of OJB Sports, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry, guys.
OJB, you too like fight.
Violence.
You too like fight. Little tournament. You too like fight.
Everybody for Nigeria like fight. Even if we did diaspora, we still like fight.
I swear. All right, OJB, welcome.
And
nice one. No, it's all right, man. Thanks for coming. All right, so we'll take a super chat and then we'll ride on from where Sawadinho stopped. Thank you for the super chat. Chelsea Perspective says, brilliantly put, Sawadinho, a game can define a team's tournament. That's just, I think that's it. Everybody would agree. One game and it's tournament football. It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. So
it's not a league, man.
OJB, where we are right now is we are trying to talk about the players that we've lost. We've talked about the players that we lost, Dennis and Osimhen and Igalo now and every other person. But the players that are there, which names stand out to you in the attack? That these are the guys that we can say, okay, Osimhen no deal, Dennis no deal, but if these people we all right, we can try. So that's the list. I think there's only maybe Osimhen, Igalo removed for Sirodesa. So which name stand out to you?
All right, thank you. So are we allowed to also chip in? Because when I joined and Sawadinho, throwing that English, I said, okay, now was Obia man did this. So the way the English just come, this guy. So we are allowed to also chip in that way also, just
any which way, guy, with day 100.
Any which way, guy. Anywhere we want to do.
Any way one naka.
I just want to be something about that. And thank you. And also my brother in the house, Cikaya, right? Sorry if I pronounce
Aaron Cikaya. Okay, just do introduction. Aaron is a Congolese YouTuber. He's a Manchester United fan, big on YouTube. He's also on Football Terrace and he loves African football. Congo no go World Cup, so in there with Super Eagles now. Afcon rather. So in there with us. Aaron, we need to send you a Nigerian jersey so that you'll be our agent on the low key.
Nigeria might be my team to support in the Afcon because we didn't make it, so that's the topic for another day.
All right. Looking at the list and going by the players we have now currently, I think we have 23 players in Abuja with Austin Leguavon. Looking at the list, I want to say we have a lot of players to look up to and say, okay, these guys will deliver for us come Afcon. The likes of Taiwo Awoniyi, who's been scoring, week in, week out with his club and Union Berlin and the Bundesliga. You agree with me that the Bundesliga is one of the top, among the top 5 league in the world, and it's not easy. I saw him play against Bayern Munich live. It's no disrespect. It's you also when you see someone or when you watch players play live, you also get a little understanding more than watching them from the screen. You could tell this guy is hungry. You could tell he has a lot to offer going forward as a striker. And the good thing about him is his style of play is kind of different to how we see Osimhen play and how we see Osimhen perform. And earlier when I joined, I had Sawadinho saying something about Olayinka. Olayinka was a fantastic player coming from the flank. I mean, a lot will be Nigeria. I think we have a lot of strikers to get us this trophy to make it the fourth time for us. I won't know for me. I'll go to Aoneyi. I'll go with Olayinka. I'm not sure about the Series as I'm yet to get the full gist. I'm not.
We are just speculating.
He will join the team now.
Okay, so it's confirmed now. Eguavon said earlier that if at 5 p.m. today Ojon is not certain, then he will replace him. And of course, the talk was about Series. So
that's fantastic. But my problem and my worry about Series is yet to play against all these African teams. That's why I'm not going for Series.
Exactly.
That experience is not there. But when you look at Wuni, when you look at Olayinka, I'm not a big fan of Oyenkuru because Oyenkuru is gradually declining. I'm not a big fan of him. But for the fact that he has played with maybe more than 5 players in this current squad. That's also
it may help him.
a big plus for Austin Eguavon, because you can't go into a tournament with a team that has no chemistry, with total 10 strangers. You've already lost the battle. But looking at the time frame he has and how to prepare this team for this tournament, let's cut Moyekulu some slack. I think it will bring in something different, and we don't have Simon Kalu as well. He's not part of the team. And when you look at it from the flank, it's okay. Onyekuru also is a good heart. So I'm just a bit skeptical about Ciro Deza, as much as he scored, over 10, 15 goals this season in his club in the Eredivisie. I'm not a big fan of Ciro when it comes to the Afcon, because Afcon is a total different ball game from when you watch the Eredivisie. You see
the body game.
It's a total different game entirely. I would have loved them to call on Amo, because I saw in news that Amo might likely get a shot. And having Amo and Uwakali would have also helped us in the midfield, helped us a lot going into this tournament. But we have Uwakali who I believe will do magic, and this is the time now. We've always clamored for Uwakali to be called. I'm a big fan of Uwakali now.
Yeah, same here.
Been called up, so this is the time now. It's time for them to step up. And when you look at this tournament, in as much as a lot of people say, "Oh, look at Stephen Keshi when we won the last Afcon, he brought new players," I beg to disagree, because then they had time to prepare. But this current team, just 3-4 days, no time to prepare. I would look at them and say, okay, if they can go beyond quarterfinals, that's a win for me.
Wow. Or more standard, don't drop. It is well. Okay, let's take some comments.
OJB standard, not Nigeria standard.
Okay, Graham, Emeka Iyobosa says.
Let's leave this patriotism. So
anything short of the final, is a failure.
Are you serious?
Okay, wait, let's see this.
Yes, I'm very serious.
Let's look at this. The team participating. We can't go head-to-head against Gambia. Let's be realistic with ourselves. Gambia. We struggle against Sierra Leone.
That Gambia team.
Under Genotro. Genotro is the most tactless coach we've had with the Super Eagles.
Okay. Genotro was sacked, right? But the same backroom staff.
Yeah.
We still have the same backroom staff.
Everybody.
OJB. With me in charge of the Super Eagles, I will play the final of the Afcon. With me in charge. Genotro is the worst. Genotro is arguably the worst thing that has happened to Nigerian football. Let's go on, please.
And he stayed for 5 years.
And he stayed for 5 years. He's the most tactless manager.
I agree with you, but it's not as easy as we thought. It's not.
I understand it's not easy, but Genotro has no business coaching the national team of the Super Eagles. Go ahead, bro.
Anything.
Okay, Jehovah Doings says he agrees with you, OJB. Can't wait for Akinwumi Ayobami Amu to be called up to the senior team, Afcon. He can't wait. Okay, Greg Chikeme said, OJB, respect for standing for Africans against club. Nice one. And car biochemistry. The OJB guy won't kick club. He was confused. Okay, Graham Emeka Yobosa says, OJB, well done. Am I hearing that if Ciro Desert was drafted, I beg make una confirm like Sawadi, we've cleared that matter now. Okay. There's a comment I saw about Awoni, and then somebody that we've not mentioned here. We've not mentioned that person. But I'm going to mention him now after I'll take the super chat. Thank you very much for the super chat, bad boy. Okay. How far on I think say Nigeria go for this tournament too? When we don't reach the ending of the show, we'll go do that prediction, and then we'll check some one or two things. So thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. Okay, Chidera Eduke. Why nobody calling name?
We're talking about the strikers.
Well, he's around there now. He's a forward.
He's more of a playmaker. He's more of a creative offensive midfielder. But then, he's listed as a forward. So, I think he will be the joker of the team. I think he will. I think. But then I have a problem with Chidera Ejuke. I mean, I saw him at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, all the games he played, and I think he hangs onto the ball a little bit too much. Okay, he hangs onto the ball too much. There is time to play to the gallery. There is time to be more intentional with your play. Okay, you have the ball, you do what you have to do, you set the forward players free. I mean, with those incisive passes, football now has gone beyond showboating to stats and figures. You know, how many assists, how many goals, and all of that. That's what matters. Nobody will start counting, dribbles. Yeah, the dribbles make the stats as well, but it's insignificant at the end of the day.
For entertainment,
for entertainment, successful dribbles and all of that.
Chidera won't play. I'm not saying this to him or to bring him down.
Yes, I would not personally. I would not play him unless I'm winning the game.
He won't play on that.
My midfield will consist of Nwakali and Ndidi. That would be the core of my midfield. Nwakali and Ndidi. Then I would have probably a Joe Aribo in front of them, or maybe I would even ask Kelechi Iheanacho to play in front of them. The same role he played at the
Under-17 We'll get there. Sawadinho, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get to
so
that lineup.
Fantastic, yeah.
We'll get to the lineup part. So, OJB, your thoughts on Chidera Ejuke?
Yeah, I was saying no disrespect to him. He's a fantastic footballer, but I don't think Chidera will play under a Pep Guardiola because football has evolved now. You need to 1-2 touch. Even under a Thomas Tuchel, I'm not sure he will get a starting 11. Maybe come in as a sub. So I say that to say the way football has evolved now. You don't play to the gallery anymore. 1-2-3, 1-2 pack, 1-2-3 maximum. But Chidera is more of, whenever he's on the ball, it's only one thing, one direction.
He wants to beat
just
players.
Go like this one too and just go straight and hit the ball. He even hardly pull out. So that's why I failed to, or maybe that's why for that reason I think I wouldn't even want him to start in this Nations Cup if I really or stay Iguavon. So that's why I'm not a big fan of this, but he's a fantastic player, very good player. But I'm not just a big fan of Chidera Ejuke.
Wow, I'm a big fan, Sha. I'm a fanboy because me as football, I like football is entertainment at the end of the day. You get I like those kind of players. Anyways, let's move on. So Sawadinho, what do you think is our best lineup with the players that we have available now, at least? Because by tomorrow, if you hear another team, maybe we'll go, say this or not happen to this person. But with the players we have available in this team right now, both the players are yet to come to Abuja and everybody we don't do, but with the players on the list, what will your starting lineup look like? Like your preferred starting lineup for that game against Egypt? Because now
because of the introduction of Tyrone Ebuehi, I would go for a 3-5-2 formation.
Okay.
Now, 3 at the back because sadly, Gennaro Raw relied so much on the Oyibo wall, so much so that any other person that is coming to partner with William Troost-Ekong at the back would need some games to strike a level of understanding. But let's not forget, Kenneth Omeru actually partnered with William Troost-Ekong at the last Nations Cup, like I said earlier. I would have Kenneth Omeru, William Troost-Ekong, and Awaziem, or I would have William Troost-Ekong, Semi Ajayi, and Awaziem at the back.
Awaziem has to be there.
Awaziem has got to be there. Awaziem brings a level of stability to that defense. I think Awaziem is one player. Yeah, I think Awaziem is one player that has a lot to offer, but has not just, done that yet. But he brings a level of stability to that defense. So Awaziem, Semi Ajayi, and William Troost-Ekong. Then I would have what's his name now, Zaidu Sanusi as the wing back from the left wing back, and then I'll have Tyrone Ebuehi as a wing back from the right wing back position.
Right wing back,
yeah. So then I would have Wilfred Ndidi and Nwakali as my pivots. Wilfred Ndidi and Nwakali. Ndidi and Nwakali. So Wilfred Ndidi and Nwakali, then the person in front of them might just be a Joe Aribo who I would give a free role. Don't concern yourself with looking for the ball, marking the ball. I want you to do is just receive the ball from the defensive midfielders and spread the ball. and let the
Is he the
attackers
best
play.
person available to do that? Do you think?
Right now, I think he is. The only other person that can maybe compete with him is Kelechi Iheanacho. But in recent times, Kelechi Iheanacho has been playing more as a support striker than that creative role we saw of him at the Under 17 tournament. The only person, and then Samuel Chukwueze would function better from the flanks. Iwobi is another person that could have played in that role, but sorry, Iwobi is not consistent. You'll be like Nepa. You understand? Iwobi is not consistent. So, Ayodele Aribo is you might want to play Chidera Ejuke in that mix, but like I said, I don't want somebody to hold on to the ball.
Chidera Ejuke
No. I don't want somebody to hold on to the ball. Chidera cannot play that. So Aribo, with his intentional play, I mean, go back and watch Aribo's first game for the Super Eagles, the game against Brazil. Fantastic. The goal he scored. You know, swift 1-2 moves, 1-2 movement, and then he scored that goal. So Aribo will be my preferred choice in front of Mwakali and Wilfred Ndidi. And then up front, I will go for Awoniyi as the point man, and Olayinka playing off him, or Olayinka as my point man and Awoniyi playing off him. Or I'll go for an Olayinka as a point man and Kelechi Iheanacho playing off him as well. So any of those guys, I'll have Kelechi Iheanacho playing off them or whatever. Then, of course, Chukwueze, Moses Simon. Moses Simon is another player that I can play as a wing back. But then, because of the defensive ability of Tyrone Ebuehi, that's why I will go for him as a wing back over Moses Simon. You know, so if I were to tweak this to a 4-3-3 formation, then I would have to sacrifice say maybe Semi Ajayi or Kenneth Omero, and just have William Chusekong and Awazim at the back, and then I have Tyrone Ebuehi right full back, Zaidu Sanusi. Then my three midfielders would be the same thing. Then because I'll go for flank players, I'll go for Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, and Olayinka or Awoniyi up front.
Interesting lineup. Very, very interesting. OJB, what's the lineup looking like?
I'll go with 4-3-3, and I'm looking at from the 3-5 to Sawadinho just mentioned that. That's under Genetro, who played fantastic football under Genetro, 3-5-2. I mean, that's the formation they used in getting most of the results during the qualifiers. But I want to go with 4-3-3, considering the kind of players you have right now. I'll go with Awaziem as to start. He's our best defender right now at the moment. Awaziem is our best defender. Nobody comes near him. Awaziem and Omero. I'm not Trustekong will not even be on the bench for the first two games if I were to be Austin Iguavu. So I'll go with Omero Awaziem to start, central back. Then left back, Zaidu Sanusi, just like Sawadinho mentioned, and Tyrone Ebuehi play the right back. That's right back. Then my midfield, three midfielders, I'll go with Ndidi for sure, and also Wakali, then Aribo. Then for the flank, the three forward, Awoniyi for sure. Awoniyi start ahead of anybody. Then Olayinka, left flank, and Chukwueze, right. Then Simon can come in as a sub in the second half for Olayinka. But I would definitely like to see Olayinka and Awoniyi play, start 4-3-3. Olayinka plays as a wing, from the wing in his club. So I want to see him also start that in the national team, because these players, when they flourish in certain positions in their club side, it's also good to bring them and try them
same position
in their national team to see the best or get the best out of them. I think that's another thing. That's another thing I think Genetro failed to do. You see Aribo in when Aribo plays for Rangers, he comes in for Nigeria. This guy is not playing the same position. What's happening?
Exactly.
So I like to see Olayinka play from the flank, and Awoniyi up front, then Chukwueze. But my concern about Chukwueze as well, he doesn't have the defense. So maybe I will start Chukwueze.
And we need players to work in that game against Egypt too. Everybody has to work against Egypt. Everybody.
So that's my worry against Chukwueze. So maybe Moses Simon can play from the right flank, but he flourishes best in the left. But in playing from the right, he should be able to deliver. So I'll start Moses Simon ahead of Chukwueze.
Interesting. All right, let's take the super chat. But before I take you to super chat, if you like to let us know your lineup, okay, just write it out from defense to attack. And the funny thing, none of us choose goalkeeper, so I'll come back to you, Sawadinho. You choose your goalkeeper, and then OJB, you choose your goalkeeper as well. So if you're in the comment section, just drop your lineup, the best lineup you think we can put out against Egypt. That game is on Tuesday. I think today is already less than 1 week from now. So all right, so. The comment says, "Do you expect a lot of Nigerian fans to turn up in Cameroon? Front three should be Ejuke, Taiwo Awoniyi, and Chukwueze. Simon should only play if it's from the left." Thank you so much, no wahala. We don't hear you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Okay. Let's just see. So, Sawadinho, you don't get your goalkeeper.
We can't hear you.
Fantastic. Because you muted my mic. See, none of our goalkeepers they give me confidence.
Not even one. We have a goalkeeper at Watford now.
Not one. Not one goalkeeper. But then it will be between Maduka Okoye and Daniel Akpeyi. It will be between both of them. Okay. Yeah. John Noble, well, is experience.
Why Francis carry four goalkeepers go? You get any idea why we carry four goalkeepers go this thing?
My name is Sawadinho, not Osimhen governor.
It don't happen before anywhere to carry four goalkeepers go tournament.
Well, I think because of the COVID issues and all of that. And maybe you're permitted to have more than, I think they're permitted to have more than 23. Normally it's a 23-man squad. I think you're permitted to have more than 23. So if you choose to have if you choose to have four goalkeepers, all well and good, but I think John Noble will be basically going for experience, just to garner the experience, be around the team and all of that. Because I think the other goalkeepers would most likely be preferred ahead of him. Maduka Okoye, Francis Usoho, and of course Daniel Akpeyi. Daniel Akpeyi is a goalkeeper that has not been fantastic and has not been below par. He's just been somewhere in between. I still insist a better goalkeeper would save Riyad Mahrez's free kick in that semi-final. I still insist. It was a matter of positioning for me. But then again, that's past. So it will be between Maduka Okoye and Daniel Akpeyi for me in goal.
But there are many people they complain for the comment section, Sha. Many people they complain. Maduka doesn't do this, Maduka doesn't do that, Maduka this, Maduka
I think Maduka is too soft. Now there is a difference. See, what you're a goalkeeper, one of the things that make you stand out is your ability to take control of your area, take charge of your area. You have to have that beast tendency, that beast mentality. The Ramsdale mentality. You get. You have to have that. There shouldn't be a gentleman goalkeeper. You have to have that. I'm in charge. This is my territory and all of that. So Maduka Okoye now still that body kind of this vibe. Now they give us body vibe. Hey, leave my ball. Hey, it's my ball. Kind of thing. Now the kind of vibe where they give us. You understand? If you put her, I'll match you. Now that kind of goalkeeper, right? You understand? All those kind of goalkeeper, we will take charge of their area. When they scare opponents
and the seriousness,
you understand? The way when they dive for the ball, they blow everything, blow your eye, blow everything. Come on, you know go fit go contest for the ball with her. But Maduka Okoye, if me I be striker, I go get mine go contest for ball with her. Where? So that's not the thing. So that's where I need him to step up. But he's really improved. I mean, give it to him. He's improved. He's doing well in the Eredivisie. He's improved greatly. Francis Uzoho, since after his injury, not much has been heard of him, and all of that. Sadly, he suffered that injury while playing for the Super Eagles,
But he's still 21. He's still a young boy.
He's still a young boy. Let's leave that topic for another day. Then Daniel Akpeyi, the PSL and all of that. Baba, you see that goalkeeper? That goalkeeping department is our weakest link. Is our weakest link.
And maybe central defense, maybe.
No, our central defense no get problem.
If you choose the right players, no be problem, boy.
Our central defense no get problem. I was there.
I was there, man.
Tyrone did there. Zaidu did there. As long as you don't go Ben Zaidu play Jamil Collins. You know,
which is happening, which has been happening
under Genetro.
Okay. Under Genetro.
Oh yeah, now he was receiving that advice from somewhere. Make a
our defense no get problem. You understand? Just make the right selection. We have the materials. The goalkeeping department is the only department that I can say, okay, maybe one or two. The defense doesn't have a problem. Even with the exclusion of Victor Osimhen, our attack doesn't have a problem. True. The midfield is solid. The only team I am scared of, sincerely, at this tournament is, Senegal. Senegal, in my opinion, is the most complete team at this tournament.
Yeah. No worry, we'll get there. That's the final thing we'll talk about.
Okay, no worry.
So OJB, your goalkeeper choice, OJB.
My goalkeeper choice, I will go with Maduka Okoye. At least, in as much as we agree saying Jebo goalkeeper. You know, for the guy don't they keep, you know, if you compare Akpeyi with the game time and everything and the experience, at least when you don't gather for the past 4 or 5 months, and he has improved. Yeah. Not with the same Maduka way when they bring him that time, now we see now. You still get a lot of things we would like means to do, but I think it's a gradual process, and I'll go with Maduka. Then Akpeyi, because of the experience Akpeyi don't get. He's been in the game, and we all know say the more goalkeepers they grow, the more that they get experience, the more they become more deadly. So, but I'll go with Maduka because of the level of the games where you don't get, and the the number of games where you don't get under his belt. So I'll go with Maduka slightly. But
and then second choice, Akpeyi. Okay. All right. So we'll just line up, and then the next week we'll discuss now predicted winners, and then we'll discuss 1 or 2 other predictions, and then that's a wrap. We'll finish in the next 15 or 10 minutes. All right. So lineups. Okay. So this one from Ola Reju 433 Maduka Okoye, Tyrone Ebuehi, Chidozie Awaziem, Kenneth Omero, Zaidu Sanusi, Ndidi Wakali, Senior Man Kells, and then Moses Simon one way, Chukwueze the other way, and then Taiwo Awoniyi. I think he agrees with you, Abi.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic lineup.
Yeah. This lineup go well. Nice one. Felix Peters, Maduka Okoye, Chidozie Awaziem, Shemi Ajayi. No
Ekon. Shemi Sabi defend.
Yes.
Interesting. Ola I know another person that nobody has spoken about. I won't be bringing him up, but Ola I know right back. Zaidu Sanusi left back, Ndidi Aribo, and then Wankali playing 10 with Chidera Educate to the left, Chukwueze to the right. So this one now smell like something with me I choose. It don't look like waiting me I like, because that Educate boy I like Educate. Okay, this one from Jude Thomas 433 Uzoho Wahala, Zaidu Sanusi, Chidozie Awaziem, Kenneth Omero, Ebuehi for the defense, then Aribo Ndidi Wakali for the midfield, Peter Olainka to the left, to the right, one of them, and then Awoniyi and Ejuke. I think the general consensus now say make Awoniyi in the start.
Yeah,
that's what
it's just got to start. It's just got to start because in the absence of these other guys, it's just got to be Awoniyi.
Yeah,
and I hope he takes his opportunity this time.
Spliff Veron, Maduka Okoye, Zaidu Sanusi, Ola Chidozie Awaziem, Kenneth Omero, Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, another person that we have not touched his name. Brilliant midfielder. Yes, Onyeka the tank. And then Wakali, Kelechi Iheanacho, Chukwueze, and Awoniyi. I think this one is like a 4-2-2. 4-4-2, I'll be 4-2-2-2-2-2.
I beg you, no be Ragnick. No be Ragnick.
4-2-2-2-2-2-2. Oh my God. Okay, so moving on, gentlemen. All right, so early predictions. Which 2 teams are making the final and who is winning? Early predictions.
If they avoid themselves, Nigeria, Senegal.
No, I think we might likely play Senegal because if we go as far as the quarterfinals, play
we did the same Ghana route, Abi.
Yeah, if we play Ghana, then play Senegal for semi-final.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they avoid themselves, Nigeria Senegal final, you understand. But if they don't avoid themselves, then it's got to be Nigeria, Algeria, or Nigeria, any other person. Then Nigeria will share the final.
You know, Sawadinho, you know why they smile? Because they go Cameroon, so I won't make that happen. So
so I go stay.
I won't make it happen, but deep down.
Deep down, the reality on ground.
Deep down. Let's be honest. You know,
Nigeria go reach final.
Sawadinho, did you watch the Arab FIFA Arab Cup?
No, just a few clips here and there.
Man, you ask yourself, what's in West Africa and the other Africans won't do? Because these guys came with their head games. I saw it, and these were just not their starting 11, maybe 4.
Algeria and the rest of them.
This game. I'm not even speaking about the likes of Morocco, the likes of Tunisia, the likes of Egypt didn't do very well. But
these Northern African teams,
they're good there.
And they don't improve. That's the problem.
From their league and all of that. They're very good.
They don't improve. Their football don't improve. But we still did more of the like kick and follow. Let's be honest.
Jankara football.
Kick and follow. No build up play from the back. But you see this with these not African teams. They build the build up play starts from the goalkeeper to the striker. But I want to just give it to
Beleface.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. You see, and I will carry us reach final.
We'll play final. Forget that.
Who is making the final? Which 2 teams are making the final? And who's winning? Early prediction.
I'll go for Algeria and Senegal again.
Repeat
of last season's Nations Cup final.
Algeria will come out for quarterfinal.
That thing, are you talking with your heart or are you talking with your head?
I'm not talking with my head. Now, see, Senegal is the most complete squad in this tournament. The most complete. With players in form, squad depth, and all of that.
I saw news that the coach has been given the ultimatum to win the trophy or...
He doesn't have a reason not to win the trophy. He doesn't. Cisse doesn't have a reason not to... See, Senegal is the most... Because I did count down. I've taken a look at the players, their club size, their profile, and all of that.
Yeah.
See, Cisse has no reason not to win the African Cup of Nations, Senegal. The only reason why I would say Nigeria will win the African Cup of Nations is because I am in Nigeria. And I want the Super Eagles to win. But Senegal has no reason not to win the African Cup of Nations. It's the most complete squad. But then again, you look at the golden generation of Ivory Coast. They almost didn't win anything till a lot of them started leaving the side. Do you understand? Yes, so sometimes golden generation, Belgium has not won anything with the golden generation. Sometimes golden generations don't win anything. But this Senegal golden generation, they have to win this tournament. So I'll see them go to the final. Algeria, I don't think they have enough. Some of their good legs are aging. Islam Slimani, their all-time leading scorer, is aging gradually. Riyad Mahrez is still a very tricky player, but then Riyad Mahrez would not give you. In the African scene, he doesn't have a Kevin De Bruyne, he doesn't have a Bernardo Silva, he doesn't have a Gundogan to partner with. It will be difficult. It will be a little more difficult, And remember, it's a tournament. One game can change anything for you. So, Riyad Mahrez and the Algerian side, the best they can get to is the quarterfinal for me. I think I would even fancy Morocco ahead of Algeria. I think I would even fancy Morocco, the chances of Morocco ahead of Algeria, because Morocco would not be playing around any player. Hakim Ziyech did not even make the squad. Didn't make the squad. Morocco would not be playing around any player. So they will be playing together. You understand? It will be everybody fighting. But then my dark horses for this tournament that could go all the way, the Eagles of Mali. The Eagles of Mali.
They have a young that have been playing.
They have a young, vibrant team that can go all the way to the semi-finals. Ves Bissouma, Haidara, Adama Traore, just name them.
They have a player in
exactly. Yeah. They have a young team that can go all the way to the semi-final. They are my dark horses of the tournament. The Eagles of Mali.
Are those the dark horses officially?
The Eagles, I agree with him. Mali, those boys have been playing together since they're on the 19 days. Like 7 of them played together.
Of course, let's not forget, Haidara was the most valuable player at the 2015 under 20 World Cup. So they have a team that has grown from that.
They've been together, and
they've been together.
What is helping Senegal as well? They've been playing together for a long time.
All of them.
That's it. So Mali, like Sawadinho rightly said, dark horses. I agree with him. Dark horse of this tournament, but I still maintain my Senegal or Algeria for the final. Nigeria maybe third place as usual against Egypt. No.
Hello, my Joe.
At least I'm gonna still enter. We still come back with bronze.
Okay. We'll just go into the final set of predictions.
Okay.
And then top scorer for the attacking players in the competition. Who they carry?
Sadio Mane.
Somebody's phone is ringing violently.
Yeah, my phone is. Yeah, it's off now.
Okay.
Yes.
It should be for me. It's Sadio Mane or who else? Maybe Taiwo Awoniyi.
I go for 3 players.
Would that be a dream? That dream be that. That one a dream.
Ordinarily, you want to think of Mohamed Salah because he's a player in form. Anything he touches turns to gold right now. But this is Africa. This is not the EPL. You understand? This is Africa. This is not the EPL. I think he would spend so much time laboring to get into those spaces. I mean, unlike in Liverpool. So that's the reason why. But I think Salah will be somewhere there around the mix. Awoniyi has one job to finish the work. The passes will come. So Awoniyi should be in contention. And then Islam Slimani for me.
Woo! Interesting.
No room for Sadio Mane for you.
Sadio Mane, like Salah, would be in the same category. They will want to do most of the dirty work.
No, I think Mane has a connection with it.
Mane,
it is still better than Musa.
But then, Baba, see, there's this thing we do in Africa, and it is dangerous for players. In Africa, we are still advocates of man marking. Go play, I no go play. Who will be the star man for this team? Yes, man. Who will be the star man for this team? That's the reason why I'm not going for Salah and Mane. Who will be the star man for this team? Now, Mane no go play, I no go play. You understand? Just like Thierry Henry said, Karibu West people, you enter dressing room. You understand? So they'll one defender will say, you see you today, you don't go play, I don't go play. So that's the reason why I think it will be difficult for Mane. That was why Odion Igalo was highest goal scorer in the last Nations Cup. Odion Igalo was not the best of our players.
Exactly.
He wasn't.
Underrated.
You understand? But then, I mean, we didn't really have a star player, say for Jordan B. Mikel. You get, and the rest of them were just, that's why Taiwo Awoniyi, people would not rate him that highly. Anybody that starts at the point man for the Super Eagles would have the chance to finish at the top marksman. I mean, come to think of it, Nigeria has always been producing the top marksman in recent times. In 2013, it was Emenike. We were not there 2015, 2017. In 2019, it was Igalo. If you go back to some time passed. I mean, we used to have Yakin and the rest of them. So I expect one of the Super Eagles players to be in contention. But then Islam Slimani, depending on how far Algeria would go, I think he would also be up there for me. And then what's this guy's name? He keeps keeping me. One of these.
Who's that? Which country?
I think from is it Mali or okay. Let's leave it at Islam Slimani, Taiwo Awoniyi, and Mohamed Salah.
And then honorable mention. I'll just do some honorable mention before we take comment and wrap up the show. Yusuf and Nesiri, Morocco.
Yeah.
Top scoring Moroccan player in La Liga history. So that one another shout. And then Sebastian Haller, Ivory Coast.
Sebastian Haller, that's the name I was looking for. Sebastian Haller.
So some men we no go shout.
There are times when some things just work for you.
Yes.
Right
And
now, just
waiting
like say
they happen
Sebastian
now.
Haller. Now the name why they try remember. Right now, just
Mm.
like say anything with Sebastian Haller touch, now gold.
Now goal.
If he do lay head like this, now goal.
Now
You
goal.
understand? So if he carry that form, enter the Nations Cup, then he'll be in the mix. That's the name I was trying to remember, Sebastian Haller.
So, and another thing, I think the captain of the Cameroonian team, Abubakar, Vincent Abubakar, that beast of a striker too.
Okay.
Maybe just
Oh,
maybe.
Choupo-Moting. Okay, Abubakar.
Vincent Abubakar.
Okay, Vincent Abubakar. Yeah.
Yes. And then somebody in the comment section says Musa Marega too. I think it was a FT Potter.
Yeah, Musa Marega.
Very African football built player.
Yeah.
And Destiny Otasowie says
Abel Boneja.
So many players do. Nobody else. All right, comment from Tommy, the Nigerian Inter fan. Super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate round of applause for you. And then we will give you an honorary drum roll. He says, been following OJB and Aaron for a while, so it's super dope to see them on one of my favorite channels. Big up Sawadinho as well. I could follow you from now. Nice one. Thank you very much. Okay, so final thoughts, Sawadinho.
Let the Afcon begin, and Super Eagles for the trophy.
It's all right. Guys, just throw in your comments, and then we are wrapping up. Aaron said he was having internet issues. We are chatting at the moment, so I don't know. He said he's trying to come back, so he's having internet issues. Anyways, we move. Sheye Hunsu said this is going to be the most competitive Afcon in history. Interesting. And then Ugo Tony Ale, I think your prediction for top goal scorer. Malik bin Dawood, my brother, this country, Nigeria, I know they go anywhere, but I always believe in those boys, not NFF. I think many Nigerians will share this sentiment with you. We believe the boys, they will do us proud. And then Uche Daniel says Senegal may be the French team of the Afcon. They may be the flop of the tournament. I'm seeing Algeria and Egypt in the final if they would avoid themselves. I see the Black Stars as the dark horses of the tournament. Interesting. Ghana, not true. Nobody the reason Ghana.
I beg.
Akwari Hero has said, did they not predict Cote d'Ivoire to win 2013 Afcon as the most complete team? I believe the most hungry team will win. Eagles at the moment are hungry. Interesting, Shao, because that 2013 Ivory Coast team.
Yes, now.
Drogba,
Yaya Toure, all of them.
Kevino, everybody. Not true, Shai. They happen. And our players, many of them get point to prove. Sad one for Onu Atrusha. Imagine when all these things gonna happen, then you can't go get injury. Now, it is well. Okay, someone says, Ibadan Kester said, what about Igalo? We don't talk on that Igalo matter. So as this video ends, just go back to where we talk about the Igalo matter, and then we move. Folusheke, Abi, Olushanya, if we all glee together, no ego among the players, and get our chemistry perfectly, we can pull through to the final. Interesting. All right, 5 more comments and we are done. Robinson, Umeibe, Ghana, don't cast. Daddy bless. Cameroon will win the Afcon. Wow. When last did host win Afcon? Sawadinho, if you remember. We'll go check on them.
That would have to be 2004. Yeah, or 2006. Egypt. Yeah. Because Egypt won 2006, won 2008, and won 2010. Yeah, so that'll have to be Egypt.
Egypt. Nice one.
Yeah.
So I didn't know.
Before then, it was Tunisia. Tunisia 2004. Tunisia won as host nation 2004. Egypt won as host nation 2006. Then won in Ghana 2008, and then won in Angola 2010.
Yeah, true. Nice one, Sawa. With the wisdom. All right. Jude Thomas says Algeria isn't going anywhere. They are overhyped. Now, wow. Kenneth Ogudu, I'm confident since we go in with a new coach and fresh mentality. I believe my boys are winning all the way. And then hybrid Nigeria will beat Cameroon in the final. Now me talk. It be like one day that place catch fire. They don't go allow us
catch now. They beat us for Lagos here now.
It is well. All right. This person says Tunisia to win it. Chris Clever says nice one. All right. As we wrap up, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Thank you, OJB, for coming through. Thank you, Aaron Cikaya, for coming through. I think they both had internet connection at the end of the day, and OJB has been on live show since about 7 o'clock, so we understand. Sawadinho, thank you for coming and staying up to the end. Really appreciate you. So if you like to follow Sawadinho, guys, he's on Instagram at Sawadinho. He speaks for Football Republic and Wazobia FM. He's a very celebrity commentator. He's a pigeon commentator. He's a commentator of football, and just follow him up at Sawadinho. You see this hand the way they see there. Just put at for the beginning and search him. Follow him up, and we move. I think my final thoughts is that I could just do the same final thought with you now. Cameroon, here we come. Let's get started and we move.
Of course.
All right.
Enjoy pigeon commentary at the Nations Cup, guys.
All right. Nice one from Sawadinho. And thank you very much for everybody for watching. Like I always say, I'll see you guys very, very soon. More Afcon content, of course, coming us as the tournament on the hub. So we move. I'll see you soon.